What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are excited to be back to work on my 65 Ford Mustang. As you guys see in the previous episode, we got a lot of parts in from Holly for this thing, and it's almost ready to get this thing started. You can probably see I was actually taking the spark plugs out because I was trying to turn the engine over by hand and it was getting stuck. I don't know what was going on, so I pulled the spark plugs out. I thought there was a little bit of water in there, but then it just started moving freely. I guess it just has a lot of compression, and this hasn't been ran in probably like 3 or 4 years probably now, because it's just been sitting here. But in the last episode, we did also go ahead and weld in the entire roll cage. We got that thing painted in, and man, did it turn out awesome. Check that out. And then I was also messing around with some of the side panels right here. I was seeing how they line up, and we will have to do a little bit of trimming on the side down there. You can see we got to trim that up. And today I want to focus on basically finishing up this entire back area back here. I want to get these side panels fully mounted on and then build a close-off panel right there, so it kind of separates the gas tank area from the actual main cabin. And a lot of people actually do that even on stock Mustangs, because some stock Mustangs, when they get rear-ended in the back, all that, the fuel tank ruptures and gas just goes through the entire cabin and burns the entire car down. And I think they actually do sell close-off plates, but I have a piece of sheet metal over there, which we are going to be using. So I think we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of measurements, get that piece cut to size, get all that rust off of it with our Eastwood contour, and then probably just get it welded in here perfectly, close that off. And then we're going to have to think of a way to kind of close off the top area right here. I'm thinking we grab a nice piece of sheet aluminum and basically build a nice platform right there. I don't know if we'll probably put like 2 speakers in the back over here. I know the factory had one giant one right here, but I think we'll do a couple more. And I think the aluminum will just look good right here. We'll paint it black and then maybe even wrap it in some leather or some carpet, something like that. And then I want to figure out how we're going to do this back area right here where the original seats went. As you guys know, there used to be seats in the back, but since we got this roll cage, I don't think anybody will be able to fit back here. Maybe a little mouse or something, but I don't know. We'll have to see. So let's go ahead and get the grinder out, get to measuring, get this piece cut out, and get it welded in the back. I know I should have done this before I put the roll cage in, but you know what? It's okay. We can still do it just like that. It's going to be a little bit of a tighter squeeze. Let's get the grinder out, get this piece measured, cut in, and welded in the car. So guys, check it out. We got the entire back panel nice and welded in, and then I also went ahead and just threw some seam sealer over the top of it just to make it look really nice and good. And we are currently waiting on the seam sealer to dry. It takes like 20 minutes, but check it out in the back also. It just covered everything up, and it was a little bit difficult getting around the roll bars, but we made it work, and I think it looks really good. And don't worry, there will actually be another cover that's probably going to be flush with the side panel that's going to go across, so you're not going to really be able to see any of that. And I think we will just go ahead and soundproof all that, sound deadening everything. But what we're going to do right now is go ahead and get some paint and get this thing sprayed in. guys, check it out. We got the rear end all welded up, and man, did it turn out good. And now the next step, we went ahead and got the car off the lift. We just put it on some rolly dollies, rolled it off. And now what I want to do is go ahead and install our sound deadening kit. This is from BeQuiet.com. They have a full range of sound deadening for your cars. Check it out. This is actually the stick-on stuff that we're going to use throughout the entire car. And then they actually have this vinyl soundproofing mat, which is actually pretty nice. I think we're gonna use this on the back section right there. We'll just throw a nice sheet just to cover all that up, and it'll keep the noise down on this car. So let's go ahead and get this thing all nice and cleaned up, because you can see it is really dusty and grimy. So we're gonna get everything cleaned out, wash it up a little bit, get it all nice and prepped. Because after we install the sound deadening, we can actually go ahead and start feeding our wires through here. Install the battery in the back, get everything sound deadening, get this entire interior done. I think that's all we're gonna do really in the interior. I'm not gonna spend too much time in here. This car's already starting to burn me out, and honestly, I kind of want to scrap this thing, maybe just run it off a bridge at 80 miles an hour, being towed behind my McLaren. But honestly, I think that's all we're gonna do in the inside. Is we're gonna sound deaden everything, and then we're gonna move back onto the front and hopefully get this thing started. So let's get this thing nice and cleaned up and get all this soundproofing installed. So guys, check it out. We got the entire inside nice and clean, and we're gonna go ahead and start applying our sound deadening right here. We have 3 rolls. I think honestly maybe 1 or 2 will be enough. I'm not sure how much feet are in 1 roll, but I mean the inside of this car isn't too big. And what I'm thinking what we're gonna do with this vinyl soundproofing right here is I'm gonna throw a strip on the back section right there. I actually bought some adhesive. Just throw one nice strip back there, and then the rest will just be with this stuff right here. I already did a little test piece. I wanted to see how good it would stick to the floor, and it sticks really good. So let's go ahead and start installing all this sound deadening in here. So guys, this is my first time actually installing sound deadening in a car, and my kit did not come with a roller. I'm not sure if I just misplaced the package or something, because I actually got this kit a while back. It was like 2 months ago, and I think I might have misplaced the package for the roller. So I actually went to O'Reilly's, and I got this little roller right here. Well, those are Sharpies, but I got this little roller right here. I think that will be perfect for like the smaller areas where you got to get into. Has a nice little thing on it. It'll be nice and perfect for all the tire areas. And then I also just got a nice paint roller right here from Ace, because they really didn't have any other rollers, but I think this will be nice and perfect for this job right here. I mean, that should press everything down really nice in all the uniformness. So let's go ahead and get to applying this stuff. Go ahead and crack open this roller right here. This is actually a roller for a tire patch, but I mean, it works good. Look at that. I mean, it could work as a pizza cutter too, but we're not gonna do that. So let's go ahead and get all this soundproofing installed. We're gonna start off with the passenger side and then work our way over to the driver's side, and then we'll do the back section after we get all this done, because I did already clean this and I don't want to be touching it and getting it dirty. So let's get started. So we got this giant roll right here, and honestly I have no idea how to do this. I'm probably just gonna cut it into size, start applying it. we got the entire floor covered in the sound deadening, and we still even have a little bit left. Check this out. So we didn't even use the full 50 square foot roll. And I mean, this stuff is a lot harder than I thought to apply. We did have to do a lot of cutting and trimming, but I think it turned out awesome. Check that out. I still have a little bit more to go. I'm gonna go ahead and do the firewall area right there, and maybe just go ahead and do that entire back section in this stuff right here, since I do have 2 extra rolls. I don't know about using this right here because it's not a flat surface and it might just fall off, but I think we'll have to get to that in a little bit. But man, it's looking good under here. We got everything done, and I also want to go ahead and do the firewall down there. I mean, it's pretty tricky, but honestly, it looks good. You have to just do a lot of cutting and maneuvering this stuff around, which, I mean, it's turning out awesome. It did cover up all my bad welds over there, so now nobody can see those, which is gonna be nice, because then you can't comment. If you can't see it, it's not there. So we're gonna go ahead and finish up the dashboard area, and then also finish up the wheel wells right there, and possibly do this back section right there in this stuff right here instead of using that vinyl. So let's get back to it. So guys, check it out. We got the entire firewall completely soundproof with the deadening, and not only is it going to soundproof it, it's also going to insulate it. Now, if you're looking to do some of this stuff to your car, definitely check out BeQuiet.com. We actually only use 1 roll. I think it's 50 square feet on all of this, and I am kind of an amateur, so I did do a lot of cutting and a lot of mistakes, but honestly, I think it turned out great. So if you guys are looking to do it to your car, definitely check them out. I'll drop the link down below, and I just want to thank them a lot for sending this stuff out, and honestly, I think it's going to help us a lot down the road. So now that we got all the sound deadening installed in the car, we're going to go ahead and install our Holley Terminator X Max ECU underneath the dash. Remember, we were going to install it just right there. We cut the hole right there for the wires. We fed everything through, and now here is our ECU. And I don't know, I think I just voided the warranty. Just kidding. This thing is stout. It's built right. And I think we are going to mount it somewhere probably in here, just like that right there. I think that will look the cleanest. Check it out. And then that will be our vacuum. So let's go ahead and grab some screws and mount this thing inside the car. So guys, check it out. We got the Terminator X mounted just like that right there. I think that's gonna be the perfect spot for it also. And then we're gonna go ahead and start plugging it up. Super easy to plug up. This one goes there. We gotta figure out how to route these wires real nice. Check it out. We got the Terminator X Max mounted right here underneath the dash, and I literally just use 1 self-tapper for now. And then later we can drill all the holes and then put nice bolts on from the back. And I think that will look super nice and clean. Now what we need to figure out is how we're gonna assemble all these wires, because I don't really want them just sitting right there. And then we also need to go ahead and install our Holley VCT controller. I think we'll just install it maybe right here. I do need to stop hitting these ECUs on everything, because hopefully they don't break. But I think that's where we're gonna install that box right there, and then the wire can just come in from there, and everything will be super nice and clean. So let's go ahead and clean up all these wires, make everything fit in here perfectly. So we got everything nice and mounted inside the car. We have the VCT module, the Terminator X mounted right there, and then those are the little coilover. I guess those are for the ignition coils. There's some kind of things, I don't really know what they are. But we also got the fuse is mounted. There's a lot of fuses. There's one right here, one down there, and then one on the wall. And then there's this giant relay right here. And don't worry guys, we will swap these self-tappers out with the regular bolts. Those are just perfect because you can just drill a hole through it right there, and it gives you the perfect position without messing with it too much. And then we also plugged in our computer box, which I think is gonna sit somewhere, maybe right here. I don't know if it'll sit right there or somewhere else. That's gonna have to be determined once we get the dashboard in. But we got everything plugged in, and check this out. We even got the harness plugged in for the gas pedal. Now let's gonna get to the more tougher stuff. We have to figure out where all these wires right here go. These are, I think, accessories, maybe for like the speedometer, stuff like that. And then I think this is for the brake. I'm still not sure. I'm gonna have to look into it. And then we have our main power harness right here, which I love how they made it really long. So check it out. They made it super long because our battery is actually gonna sit in the trunk. I think probably somewhere right here. Just a nice big old battery, kind of like every supercar and sports cars, you know, they have to put the battery in the back, and then we can start wiring up the fuel pump right here. But I think we will probably just go ahead and use the rest of the soundproofing right there and just go ahead and do the entire trunk also. I mean, we have 2 more rolls left. That should be enough to do the entire trunk. And I think we'll also go ahead and do the roof. But honestly, guys, that's gonna be a wrap for today. My back is killing me. This soundproof that we put on the ground right here, or I mean, on the floor pan, it kind of hurt my back a lot because it's a lot of bending down, a lot of weird angles and stuff like that. So guys, I'll catch you tomorrow. So guys, it's the next day here at the shop, and we're gonna continue working on the Mustang. As you guys seen, we got the entire interior nice and covered in the Be Quiet sound deadening, and we also got the entire module set up in there. Now what we're gonna do is actually work on the trunk. I did think about it. I'm like, you know what? I have 2 more rolls left. I might as well go ahead and sound deaden the entire trunk area. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna have to remove the tank, clean it up a little bit. There's a little bit of dust and grime in here from all the sanding and stuff that we've been doing on this car. So let's go ahead and remove this tank, get everything cleaned out, and also sound deaden the trunk. Check it out, we got all the sound deadening installed, and then we also went ahead and reinstalled the gas tank and the fuel pump down there. And man, I'm glad I actually took the time to wrap the trunk in there too, and it turned out amazing. But I think that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. We got a lot of work done on the car. We got the entire car wrapped up. We got this back panel nice and welded in, and then check out all of the Holley stuff is nice and in its place. And I think it looks really clean in there. I mean, it's gonna need a little bit of a wire trimming, you know, a little more zip ties, because you gotta use your zip ties on these cars. I mean, everybody uses zip ties every now and then. As long as you do it nice, you know, you can do it right and clean. So guys, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. We got a lot of work done on the car. The entire car is finally all sound deadened, and now we can go ahead and start installing all the necessary wires that we need to get this car running, and we can go ahead and install the battery in the trunk. I think that's gonna be the best place for it. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, go ahead and drop a like and drop a comment. Thanks for watching.